Hey friends, welcome back. I hope you're having a great day today. I know that I am. So today, I want to share with you the top 5 steps that you can do immediately to help in your weight loss journey. Step number 1 is this. You want to consider the cost of your foods. Now, what I'm not talking about is how expensive your food is or how cheap your food is. Although I think that is the thing that we tend to do more often than we should. And I also think it's a detriment to our weight loss journey. No, the cost that I'm talking about is the calories. You know, when I eat food now, sometimes I'll actually say, how much does it cost? And when I'm asking my wife that, for example, she knows that I'm not asking how much did we spend for it. She knows how much, I want to know the calories that it cost because I track my calories and I need to know where I'm spending my allotment of calories during the course of the day. So this is in complete contrast of the expense of the food. Because sometimes the cheap foods cost you a lot in calories and the expensive foods cost you less. So this is real important because a lot of people believe that eating healthy is expensive. It costs too much money to eat healthy foods. Well, the reality is healthy foods may cost more than our cheap foods that we get at the gas stations and at the fast food restaurants, but when you eat them, you tend to crave less and therefore eat less. So when you consider the cost, and again, not the dollars, but the calories, you're not really paying more money to eat healthy foods and be on a healthy diet. So steps 2 and 3 are a lot more traditional and probably more of what you would expect. And they are what you would want to stop eating and what you want to start eating. So I have it classified into 4 things that you want to look at immediately. Immediately, the 4 things that you want to stop are you want to stop soda and designer coffees. You want to stop sugar and candies. You want to stop white flour bread and pasta. And you want to stop fast food. Those are the things that make our life simple and easy and tend to be available to us in ways that make our life a little bit more convenient. But they are also the things that are bad for us. So what you want to replace those with is step number 3. These are the things that you want to start. You want to start drinking more water. You want to change your bread and pasta to whole wheat or whole grain. And yes, you need to look at the ingredients. Don't trust the label. Look at the ingredients and make sure it says whole wheat and whole grain. You also want to start eating more fruits and vegetables, or maybe better said, start eating more vegetables and fruits. Yes, eat your vegetables before you eat your fruits. The fruits are good, but the vegetables are just as important. And I think giving the opportunity, we will choose to pass on the vegetables, but we shouldn't. And then this is just a recommendation that I have found. If I say in step 2 that you're going to stop with the candies, what I've replaced it with is popcorn. Go ahead, start eating some popcorn at the end of your day for your snack. It is very, it may not be the thing that you think is going to be the most satisfying, but it does fill you up. And if you have a choice in having a snack of chocolate candies or popcorn, choose the popcorn. It'll help you in this journey to start seeing a little bit of progress on your weight loss. So step number 4 is you want to schedule your diet. You want to schedule what you're going to eat, when you're going to eat it, as best as you can. For me, for example, I personally try not to eat breakfast until 9 o'clock or 9:30. So it's a kind of an intermittent fasting in that I don't eat breakfast the first thing in the morning. I don't eat breakfast before I go to work. I wait until I'm at work and I start to get a couple projects done. And then at around 9 or 9:30, that's when I want to eat breakfast. I do that for a couple reasons. One, it allows me to delay my calorie intake in the course of the day because as I mentioned earlier, I want to consider the cost of my calories. I have a limit. And the longer I can stretch that limit out, I like to have more saved for the end of the day. So the longer I could go without it, the better I am. The other thing is there's certain times during the day, so like I said, 9 o'clock, and then I have lunch at 12 o'clock. And then what I encourage you to do when you get home from work is don't go right to the snack. Don't go right to dinner. For me, I usually either do a workout or a project around the house. It's just, again, it's another thing to get my brain distracted so that I'm not just mindlessly eating food. And I try to do that, again, to burn some calories, to kind of keep myself healthy, to maybe just get some home improvement things done. And then what happens is it allows me to get to the end of my day and I can see what I have left, and then I enjoy a nice dinner. So this is how I schedule my diet. Now, the foods are important, but the timing is just as important. So this is how I do it. Now, I realize some people may be working a different schedule, and you would have to determine how to best implement this for you. But I find that when you can schedule when you take your food in and how much of it, it certainly helps, because then again, you don't have to overthink when you're going to eat and when you're not going to eat. But at the same time, it allows you to stop eating mindless foods that you would tend to gravitate to when you're not paying attention. And the final thing that I would encourage you to do is to track your calories. Again, I've mentioned the importance of calories in a number of these steps so far, but if you know what they are, that helps tremendously. I simply use the MyFitnessPal, and I enter data into that first thing in the morning when I take my breakfast, and then track it the rest of the day. At the end of the day, I know if I've hit my target, I've known if I've gone under my target or if I've gone over it. None of that matters, truly, when I first started, and it shouldn't matter for you either. You just want to start to track it. It gives you an idea of where you're at, and then you want to gradually improve from day 1 to day 2 to day 3. I would probably tell you that if you do this on day 1, you probably won't hit your target, and that's okay. I would say that's to be expected, but it gives you an idea of where you need to go for the next day and the next day. So use it as an encouragement, not as a discouragement. By day 3, by day 4, you'll start to get it, and you'll be well on your way. Hey, if this information was helpful, it would certainly mean a lot to me if you would like this video and subscribe to our channel. Thank you, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.